Come on in, everybody. Hey, y'all. I don't know what happened a few minutes ago, but I was flagged just that fast. I don't know what happened, but come on in. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Ruby. Hey, Eats with Fifi. Come on in. Hey, Zaya Rose. Come on in. I hope all you guys are feeling good today because your girl need to talk. Show do. Show do. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. So here's my topic, y'all. Now, if your dying wish, hello Perkins Life, how are you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hold on a minute. Okay. Respect the dead, okay? So I have a question for everybody in the chat. Okay. This is a serious topic, and I will drop the link if you want to get involved. But how disrespectful is it to cremate someone who's never believed in being cremated? That is the most thoughtless, cruel, disrespectful thing I've ever heard of. My aunt was cremated, and she never would have wanted to be cremated. Okay? All because of the insurance money, all because of the money. What is your guys' thoughts about giving that your loved one their last request? I'm gonna drop the link for someone one at a time to come on here and talk about it. Talk about your feelings and your thoughts on that. Hi, Joy Davis. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Who want to share one of their experiences? I'm gonna share my experience. My cousin and her mom, which is my auntie, they had their problems. Okay, they did. She didn't have the happiest childhood. Hey, Jewel, she didn't have the happiest childhood. We none of us have had the most happiest childhood. Okay, but you still respect your parents. You still respect your parents. Hey, Ariel. And the insurance money wasn't much. So they rather just go ahead and cremate them so they can get majority of the money. No obituary, no viewing, no memorial, no nothing. So your mama passed and you just throw her away. You just throw her away. I'll drop the link for anybody who want to share their thoughts on this subject. Don't forget to thumbs up the live. I see everybody saying hi to everybody, but I do have a topic. Okay, P said, I would have personally given my loved one what their last wishes would have been. If they wanted to be cremated, they would have been cremated. If they wanted to be buried, they would have been. They would have been. Exactly. Exactly. To me, that's cruel. Money, they say money is the root of all evil. Money is not. Okay? It's not the money. It's the person that wants the money. It's the greed is the root of all evil, not the money. It's the greed of the money. It's the greed of the money. The money is just money. That's just like saying guns are bad. No, they're not. It's the person holding the gun that makes that gun bad. The gun ain't bad. It's the person that's holding that gun. It's the person that's holding that trigger. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the greed behind the money that's the root of all evil. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Tracy? Hi, everybody. Well, my opinion on the situation is I would have given my family member, especially my mother, her wishes. It's all about true love and respect. Just because they're dead and gone does not mean that you cannot respect their wishes that they told you, made it very clear about when they was living. And I think that a lot of people that do things like that and that way are after the money. They're after what they can, gain from it. Because I had a situation like that happen with a best friend that was murdered by her husband, and we was all sharing the same house. And I'm just gonna make a long story short. And he tried everything he could to really do away with her because he threw all her stuff in the truck and let it get rained on. And this was his wife now. And he finally received her ashes after having her cremated. Now she was from Austin, Texas, and they was living here in Arkansas, had been here in Arkansas for 13 years. And instead of including her sisters and her siblings in on the funeral arrangements, he took over everything and had her cremated. And it was just sad because when we did the funeral, the so-called funeral, we had to really do it without ashes. I mean, and I orchestrated it and I set it up. So the only thing I could do for the family was make a personalized obituary for the family. Um, I made them multiple copies of her favorite songs. Um, and we just did held her memorial at the park. And it's just sad how some people just do people after they die.
And the cold part is, um, we no, I don't know anyone who's had the perfect childhood. Okay, but when it comes to your parents, it says in the Bible to love thy mother, thy father, so thy days on earth will be long. You respect your mother and your father, regardless of the issues that you guys have. Hopefully, you'll be able to work it out. But when a person dies, and you just throw them away and all you care about is the money, all you care about is their assets, you go get their car, um smogged and prepared to get it transferred in your name while they're on their deathbed before they even die,
Yeah, that's
and
terrible.
then you refuse to let any of the family member of their friends come see them, and then to top it off, you cremate them when they were all the way totally against it.
Well,
They're totally
Tracy,
against it.
Tracy, people like that, and I just hate to say it, but nothing good gonna come to people like that, okay?
Oh
And they
no,
and,
oh
and
no,
they see, mhm.
God don't like ugly, and He ain't too fond of pretty. But when you do something like that to your parent, to me, that's even worse. That's even worse. That's even worse.
It
That's
is
that's
worse.
that's yeah.
Cause honey, let me tell you
That's
something. You
even
know,
worse.
I don't have my mother or my daddy anymore. And
I lost my dad. I lost my dad, and he was buried the way he wanted to be buried.
I
He
buried
sure
my
was.
mother. And I don't know if I showed you the picture, but honey, I didn't care about the money. My mama had a real nice insurance policy, but I didn't care. I spent every dime besides for $600. I mean, she got a real big headstone, beautiful big headstone, which cost $5,000 by itself. That's not including the funeral and everything, the burial, everything included. And honey,
Hmm.
when I went shopping for my mother to dress her in her clothes, honey, she looked like an Egyptian. Like the way I dressed her, she looked like an Egyptian queen.
That's what I'm, and that's how it should be. Did anybody else want to come up and share their story? Did anybody else want to come up and share their story? Yes, you're supposed to take care of your loved one. You're supposed to make sure that they go out with a bang or go out the way they wanted to go out. I can see if they wanted to go out with being cremated, or if they didn't want to have a funeral, if they didn't want to have a viewing, I can see that. But to keep her friends away from her, to keep people away from her because you feel a certain type of way, that is wrong. That is absolutely wrong.
Terrible.
Money is
People like
not the
that are
root of all
miserable.
evil. Greed is. Money is just money. It's the greed behind the money. Just like a gun. Gun is not dangerous. It's the person behind the gun. It's the person behind the gun. Money is not the root of all evil. It's greed, because money can help people. Money can do things. It's your intentions. It's your greed behind the money.
That's why God specified in his word, he said the love for money is the root to all evil.
Same thing. Greed,
That's what I'm
love for
that's what I'm
money.
clarifying.
Exactly. It's not the money itself. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the greed. It's the love of the money. It's the greed behind it.
People that are greedy for money, and the Bible clearly tells you serve a God called Mammon. And that is a demonic God, a money God. And when you have love and greed for money, that's what you're serving is the God Mammon.
I got someone else that want to come on. I'm gonna get you. Hold on. I'm gonna get you. Let me see who this is.
Hmm.
Hey, Sonia, how you doing?
What up,
Good. How
Sonic
are
Sis?
y'all? Hey, sis.
Fine. Hey, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yes. Far as my mom, she had told me and my brothers what she wanted. She said that me personally, my brothers, she already said how she wanted to be buried, how the money gonna be separated between the three of us. She planned her own funeral. She telling us what she want, and I'm gonna grant her wishes because I'm the oldest. Me and my brother came to agreement on that. I'm not gonna disrespect her wishes.
Exactly. My father had his way he wanted. My grandparents had the way we wanted, and we respected that. But we're talking about this person that is evil and cruel and miserable and bitter. You never do your mother like that. You
No, you
never.
don't.
She didn't. She got cremated and never believed in it because they didn't want. She didn't want to spend the money on the burial.
Mm-mm. I could. That's so disrespectful. I couldn't. Mm-mm. I would grant my mom, my parents, whoever, their last wishes. I couldn't do it. Like my husband, we came to an understanding. I his family when I did all the preparation on the funeral and everything, I asked him to help me far as, preparing and everything, coming with me to get his casket and stuff, pick out his casket and stuff like that. They did not want to do it. Period. I did everything myself. But yet
Mm-hmm.
his cousin was like, um, where you get the money from and all this and that. Do you got it, his insurance card and all this? She the type of person, she's money hungry. She was asking me all these questions like, um, can I get his social security number and all this? No, because I know how you are. You're trying to get his daughter is getting his social security money. Me and his daughter, not you. But she's the type of person, she's very sneaky.
And anytime a person starts planning stuff and starts getting stuff together before they even take their last breath, already going through the boxes and their paperwork, looking for the insurance papers, already going to get the car smog, already doing, and then you're going to stop the friends and the people from coming over to see them. And then the
Mm,
ultimate disrespect is to have them cremated when they never believed in it.
I couldn't do it. If a person don't believe in cremation, respect their wishes.
You need to have a will. We need to have a
Exactly.
will. You need to have a living trust if you have property. You think twice before you marry somebody. You don't just
Exactly.
up and marry somebody because that when you marry somebody, that spouse trumps that spouse trumps the kids. It don't matter what the kids say. That spouse can trump what your kids say. So you be
Exactly.
careful who you marry. You be careful who you marry. You make sure you have a will. You make sure you get a living trust if you have property. And you make sure that you get with somebody that you really love that has your best interests. Because once you marry somebody, that's it.
Exactly. And I did
That's
everything
it.
I can. I did everything I can first with my husband when I planned the funeral, everything. I did everything myself, which I was
Oh,
including his family,
oh
but they
yeah,
didn't want to be
Jewel.
included.
A
They
spouse
didn't want.
trumps the kids and hold on, Sonia. Um, the spouse trumps the kids and your mother and father. Once you get married, that's your next of kin. And whatever they say goes. Unless you got some money to take them to court. You be careful who you marry. What was you saying, Sonia?
And and that was in my difficult time. Only person that helped me was my mom. Helped me plan everything. And it was like I'm including his family, but they didn't want to be a part of it. I'm trying to, his mom, his cousins, his brothers. Then I did everything myself,
Mm-hmm.
and he did have an
Mm-hmm.
insurance policy. They didn't know nothing. They didn't know that I had an insurance policy. Me and him agreed to that. So the money after everything, the rest of the money is going towards our daughter for her college.
I, I
We
I
agreed to that.
think very high. I think a lot about insurance. Okay, insurance is if you can get insurance on your car, you can get insurance on your life.
Yes, yes.
You
When
can
we
get
came to
life
that,
insurance
yes.
because they got some life insurances that are low, $30 a month,
Mhm.
$20 a month. They got some cheap ones.
Yes,
You make sure
yes.
you got enough to cover your burial. You make sure you got enough to cover the things you need for your kids.
Yes, and we came to that understanding We have sat down with the insurance person. This how this is going to be. This. Our daughter cannot get her money until she turned 21. That money is for her
You,
college.
oh yeah. You need to have a living trust, like I said before, if you have property, and you need to have a will. And then you
Yes.
put that will up. You go through to a replica. You can even do a makeshift will. You can write something up on a piece of paper and get it notarized by two different people that you don't know, and put it up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Have it filed. Have it filed. You got to have it filed. You got to have it filed. But a lot of people don't think about that. My uncle refused. Jules said my uncle refused to sign his divorce um, paper. I guess it means paper. My grandmother told him to get his shit, he basically ish together and just sign, because if he died today or tomorrow, she could toss him in a hole and no one could do anything. That is true, Jewel. That is true.
Exactly.
That is true. You must have a will. You must have a will. And you, before you get married, you make sure that person got your best interest at heart.
Yes. That is so true.
Many employers, okay, let me explain something to you. The life insurance that the employers offer is it's a group insurance and it's accidental. It's not life. It's accidental. You have to read it. A lot of the insurances that's offered through your job is accidental. It's not the kind that we need life insurance. It's a group insurance, and it's accidental. You have to look into it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree. I'm dropping.
There's,
So Sonia, I'm dropping a link for if anybody else. Does anybody else want to share their story? Does anyone else want to share their story or share their thoughts or could give any advice to anybody or word of encouragement? Because I am going through it right now. I seen a family put, um, and I'm sorry for you what your loss was too, Sonia. That
thank
was
you.
terrible, Sonia. I seen a family put their own brother in a car, but wow. And the gravesite was full of water. Headstone was sunk down valley. It was a mess. All for the money. Yep.
Wow.
All for the money. All for the money. All for the money. You know, it's so easy. It's so easy to say you in love. It's so easy, Sonia, to fall in, to get with somebody. Hey, Veronica, thanks for showing up. It's so easy to get with somebody. Soon as you marry them, things change. Be careful who you marry, because if push come to shove, they can trump your kids. A spouse trumps your mother and father, and they trump your kids. Unless you got some money to take them to court, it is nothing you can do. Unless you have a will. Unless you have a will. So,
Exactly.
Veronica, what we're talking about loved ones and being abiding. What is that? Abiding to their last wishes. Abiding to their last wishes. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's a sad. That's and it angers me. I'm feeling. I want to cry for my aunt. I want to cry, you guys, because she was my father's twin. And after my father passed, she just declined. She gave up on life. She threw in the towel. She went into a deep depression. She got depressed. She stopped eating. She stopped wanting to do things. She started going into a depression and no one seen it. Depression, mental health is a serious thing. She gave up. She threw in the towel. She threw in the towel.
Wow.
She was depressed and no one paid attention to it. And she lives out of town. And I used to call her. I kept saying, you know, give me the number to, over you. She had her little boyfriend, y'all. Give me the number over there, you know. But mental health is a serious thing. You can't overlook it. We can't overlook depression, mental health, because what you thinking in your mind, and that's what happened to her. She was thinking things in her mind, and she created these thoughts that's been going on for years of being depressed. And she went into a dark place and never was able to come out of it.
Wow.
Sunshine, when my sister passed away, I went into a depression and almost died. Yes, Sunshine, but you didn't throw in the towel. Thank God for you. Thank God.
Yes.
Hallelujah. You made it through. My auntie didn't. She threw in the towel. And there was one reason why is too, she was the last one left. All of her siblings and everybody is gone. She was the last one left. My grandparents are gone. My father, the other siblings. She was the last one left. She felt alone. She was the last. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sonia?
Yes, I do.
She was the last one left. And
Wow.
she couldn't handle it. She didn't have no siblings, nobody. She gave up. She was the last one left. That's on my father, my father's sister. Yeah,
Because some people deal with grief differently in different ways.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
some go into depression. Some just
yeah,
eating different ways
yeah,
they deal with it.
yeah. And I'm glad to see you came out of it, Sunshine. But yeah, she didn't have anyone to. And yeah, my cousin do need deliverance. But check this out. She gonna be delivered if she wants, but she's still gonna pay her dues. She's still gonna reap what she sowed. She's not
Oh
gonna get
yeah.
away with it. You feel what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? She's not
Hmm.
gonna get away with
That's so true. She is. She ain't gonna get
it.
away with it.
She gonna pay for all that. Now her deliverance might make it a little her blow might be a little bit softer, but she gonna get a blow.
Oh yeah.
Sunshine, you made it through. Amen to you. No, you can't. Hold on. What is Veronica is saying? What is she saying? No, you can't. I was like that when my first husband passed away. I got help from a psychiatrist, and I am glad I did because my sons needed me. Exactly. You didn't throw in the towel. That's what
You,
I'm saying.
I didn't throw in
You
the
didn't
towel.
give up. She didn't give up.
No, because I almost
She
got in.
found help. Yeah, she
Hmm.
found help. She found help.
Cause I was
People
about to
don't
get. I
believe
was.
in that, but karma is real. Yes, Jewel. Yes, sweetie. Karma is
Yep.
real.
It
Karma is
is.
real. When you give up your will to live, when you give up your will to live, you know it's over, especially when you are up in age. That's sad. Praying for your family, Tracy. Thank you, baby. Just passing through, showing love. Thank you, Sugar Delights, with the 411, with the message, with the information that you like. Yeah.
Amen.
Okay. Hallelujah. Thank you. So that's what happened. She threw in the towel. So now nobody, any of her friends, none of her friends, none of her co-workers, nobody, even the boyfriend that she had, no one's seen her.
Wow. That's sad.
Uh-huh.
That's that's sad.
We're talking about grief, sugar. We're talking about giving, showing your loved one their final respect. We're talking about, yeah, that's what we're talking about, huh? Grief and living up to your loved one's final, uh, what is that called? Their final request, so to speak. Yeah, final request, right?
Mhm.
That's what we're talking about. Hello, Johnny Price. Thanks for coming through. Thumbs up the live.
Cause
I appreciate it.
I almost fell into that
Huh?
depression stage. I almost fell into that depression stage, like Sunshine said. But I couldn't give up because I have a daughter that I have to take care of. I couldn't just throw in the
You
towel like
couldn't.
that. No.
Exactly. 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 You couldn't just throw in the towel.
Yeah,
You can't.
I have much support. My mom, my pastor, my friends, they always encourage me like, no, you know, if you need to talk, call me. Don't give up. Don't, 'cause I was finding myself shutting down. I'm like, I can't. I was like, I had to tell myself, no, you have a daughter to take care of. No, don't give up. Do it. Get up and do what you need to do.
Now, Sunshine, you said you had 4 children at the time. You want to come share your story? I'll drop the link for you. And
I,
like I said, Sonia, depression is a very serious thing. And once we start getting older, we don't want to think about, who wants to think about life insurance? Who wants to think about getting their burial situation together? It's scary. Don't It's uncomfortable, but it's something we have to do.
have to do
It's
exactly,
something we have to
exactly.
do. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. But I thank God every day for my support system every day because I
And
was getting
thank
to that
God,
point.
yeah, thank God you have a support system. Thank God you do. Just think about the lonely people out there who don't have one. The people
Yes,
out there that don't have a support system, that don't have someone to turn to, don't have someone to talk to, don't have someone that they trust. It's
yes.
so many broken people out there like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Exactly, Johnny. Depression ain't no joke. Johnny says, I never knew what depression was until I found it. That's no joke. I found the best thing to do is to get out of the house and help someone else. That's how
Oh yeah.
Johnny dealt with it. Johnny dealt with his depression by keeping his mind busy by helping other people. Everybody does what they do to help themselves. He found solace in helping other people, and that's what got him through. Getting outside and going to do public service type of stuff. Well,
Oh
some
yeah.
people it might be, yeah, some people it might be listening to gospel music. Some people might be taking a walk. Some people could be spending time with their family. Everybody has their own way, you know what I mean?
Hmm. That's what helped me
Yeah,
too.
that
My
that
support
was a
system.
good. Mhm.
What helped me with it. With I thank God for my support system. Also, the gospel music got me through it.
Mhm.
Listen to gospel music. You know, knowing that my daughter depends on me, and she always encouraged me, and I thank God for her.
Mhm.
So I'm like, get up.
Mhm. Even for the young folks, tomorrow is not promised. These are things most people do not think about, but should. Exactly. Exactly. Tracy, Tracy, that's what made me be a woman strong was those 5 sons of mine. I thank God for them. They gave me strength every day. I love my family with all my heart. Amen, girl.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
That what got me through, my beautiful daughter.
Amen, girl.
Yeah.
Amen. Uh,
That what got me through, my
Hello,
beautiful
and
daughter.
who is we have Sunny here?
Amen.
Uh, Did you have a story? Turn down your turn down your phone. Did you have a story you want to talk about, Sunny?
Well, I just wanted to elaborate on a little bit of what I was saying. Um, so during the time, okay, my sister passed away in 2014, and I was pregnant with my fourth child. I was pregnant with my fourth child, and um, she passed away. So I was probably like, I was 7 months pregnant when she passed away. And it didn't hit me until, like, I mean, I was sad and stuff like that for a while. But after I had her, after I had my daughter, after, in September, I had her that year. And I would just always think back and be like, wow, I miss my sister. Why she leave me this early? I didn't know she had, be quiet, y'all. I didn't know she had liver cancer. Why she didn't tell nobody. I mean, I was going crazy. She told me, my mom, and the other people that were caring for her, I need you to do something for me. And I was like, what? And you know what's so crazy? She called off of work. And she was off of work for like 2 weeks, and then we were up there like, she's not getting no better. So I think she knew she was passing away, but we didn't. We had no clue. She kept like things from us, and every now and then she would be like, "Oh my, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. My gums are bleeding. This and that." So I'm thinking all this I had my daughter. Be quiet. I'm thinking all this in September or something. Go in your room, please. I'm trying to talk. And so I start thinking about this. My daughter turns like 3-4 months. I'm still thinking about it. So then so I stopped eating. I stopped doing a lot of things. Then I lost my appetite. Then I lost, and then all of a sudden I got sick. I had the flu and I had pneumonia at the same time. And then my 6-month-old daughter at the time, I'm like, didn't know she was allergic to anything. So me and her both were sick around the same time. So then I got more sick, worrying about her. And so so through my depression, I think that's why I got sick quicker. And
Uh-huh.
then I'm telling you that year, I think I started allergies and all that back then. I think that just made my
Mm-hmm.
whole immune system low. But she told us that she
Mm-hmm.
wanted us to. She said let well, the kids at the time she had, let them go to their dad. All is well. I love y'all. I mean, it was like she knew everything was going. She said, you and your, I'm telling you, this is what she said. She said, you need to let him go. Who I was with, I just had a baby by. You need to let him go. He not the one. I should have listened to her. Um, just a lot of things where I'm just like, wow, I'm starting to look back and just saying I shouldn't have put myself in that predicament. I should have just kept being I used to walk a lot. I used to go to the apartment gym that I was around, but I just was so freaking sad and upset. Like, why, Lord, why'd you take her? Why'd you take her from me? So
Right.
yeah,
Right. And,
that's what happened.
and you did. Thank God. Thank God that you had a support system and you got out of that. You know what I mean?
The
So
only
many people fall into depression and they don't have a support system.
the only support
And
I had was my mom and dad. Everybody at that time used to used like my siblings and stuff and they wives and stuff would just um look at me like, what's wrong with you? And whatever. It's always something with her. Then they started seeing me lose weight. And then I lost my eyesight for a little bit. And then I like really felt like I was gonna pass away. And my dad said, you know what? You want to give up? And he said, I hate to say this, but where would you be waking up if you was to die in the morning? And I was like, you know what? I guess my path ain't done yet. I got to give God all the glory and give God. And all of a
yeah.
sudden, the next day, I started feeling better.
Hmm.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My You know what?
And
So
that's what happened to my aunt. And I see a lot of people, not just her, and just like these people that be in these rest homes. People take their loved ones, put them in a convalescent hospital, and leave, never come back. Don't visit them, don't check on them. They deteriorate even faster in those rest homes. They drop them off and they never come back.
right, right,
They never come back. The compassion. Sometimes people they lose their compassion. Even family members lose their compassion when they're stuck on bitterness and anger and strife and holding grudges. They lose their compassion.
right.
I'm thankful that you came out of it. Did you have a response to that, Sonia?
For the sunshine, I thank God that you came out of it because it's not easy to come out of when you get into that deep depression. It's not easy at all.
Not.
Thank God that you had that support system like I did because I was getting to that depression
Okay.
stage.
Because we all don't have it. And I'm going to tell you, my aunt didn't. And sometimes, you know what else? Sometimes people don't know how. They don't know how to reach out because my aunt was almost in her 80s. She was in her late 70s. But back when she was growing up, they didn't know a lot about mental health like they do today. And when you're from the old school, it's hard to reach out and reach out for help. She probably didn't even know how. Sometimes people don't know how. Do anybody agree with me in the chat? Put a one in the chat if you agree that sometimes people don't know how to ask for help.
That's
And
A
true.
that's
one
true.
if you agree, and two if you don't.
It-
Uh-huh. Thank you, Veronica. Uh-huh. Some people don't know how. Some people don't know how. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Some people don't know how. And some people don't know that they are it. Yes. Yes. Yes, Ruby. Some people don't even know that they are in depression.
That's true too.
That was
People
me.
don't know.
That was me until I found that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that your first time experiencing it?
Yes, because I was like, where is this coming from? What is this? Yep.
It was new to you, wasn't it?
Very, very scary and new. And I felt like I was alone. But if it wasn't for God to wake my parents up and call me, and ask me, what are you doing? What's going on with you? He was saving my life
Mm-hmm.
then. Like he sent a boat to somebody in the water and they like, no, no, no. I'm waiting for God. Then he sends the helicopter. No, no, no. I'm waiting for God. Then he sends something else. No, I'm waiting for God. And then he drowns, goes to heaven. He like, Lord, why you even save me? He like, I sent a helicopter. I sent a boat. I sent all this. You ain't even trying to get on it. I sent help.
Exactly. I'm gonna ask both you guys on the panel, since you guys are up here. I'm gonna ask one of you guys, each of you, what advice? Let me start with you, Sonia. What advice would you give? And anybody else want to come up here and say, what advice would you give to someone that is going through that? I'm gonna ask you that question, Sonia. Then after you get done, Sunshine, I want you to answer.
Reach out for help. If you got any, if you in church, talk to your pastor or talk to your parents. If you're feeling getting to that point that you're into that depression stage, get help. Or if you need therapy, get help so you won't get into that deep depression.
What would you say, Sunshine?
And I say for the people that don't know how depression feels, um, the first telltale sign is nobody cares about me. So if you ever had that thought, ask for help because it could get worse. Or why did this
And
happen
my
to me?
advice, mhm, my advice would be the same as both. When you start finding yourself isolating, when you start finding yourself not wanting to do things, when you start finding yourself not having no energy, when you start finding yourself crying for no reason, when you start finding yourself just not wanting to be around nobody,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying?
say it.
That, that's a sign. That's a sign. I want to tell everybody who's listening, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't throw in the towel. Your life is worth living. You are important. You are God's child. God don't make no mistakes. When he made you, he did not make no mistakes. We make mistakes, but God didn't make no mistake.
Period.
We the one that makes mistakes, but God did not make no mistake. Don't be afraid to reach out. Know that your life is worthy. Know that your life is worthy. My channel is a motivational channel, and I want to motivate you guys to love yourself, to forgive yourself, to hug yourself. Hug yourself. Hug yourself. Hug yourself.
Yes.
Look in the mirror and tell what I say, Sonia. You watch me from the beginning. What the thing I say in my video?
Keep your head up, your
Head
nose
up.
level.
Yep. Look in the mirror and find something wonderful about yourself. and tell it to yourself every day until you believe it.
I know that's right.
No, yes. Oh, yes.
Don't throw in the towel.
Don't do it.
Don't throw in the
Don't
towel.
do it at all. Don't.
Depression is a serious thing, and it's been overlooked for many years.
Hmm.
I watched my aunt die. She died from depression. So I'm here to encourage everyone, and I'm here to tell you guys that it's going to be okay. And don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid. You guys have any last thoughts before I end this live?
Like Tracy say, reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Your life, your life matter. You know you have to know your self worth.
Don't
Oh
walk.
yeah.
Don't walk in pride. Don't walk in pride.
Oh yeah. Pride goeth before the fall. Tracy, that's why I stopped drinking. I was getting in depression. In a bottle, that's why I got help. I don't drink no more. I was crying every night after he passed away. You guys, I thank you so much for coming in tonight. Thank you for everyone that joined the panel. Thank you for everyone that participated in the chat. I will be back with another topic. I love you guys. Keep your
Love you
head
too.
up, your chest out. Don't be walking around with your nose all frowned up and stuck in the air. Don't I be saying that, Sonia?
Yes. Yes.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope you got something out of this. Again, don't be afraid to get help if you need it. Don't be afraid. That's it, you guys. That's it. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.